From dawn to dusk we eat the tomato or tomato-added recipe at least once. Tomatoes have been on our tables and in our gardens for so long that it's difficult to imagine them growing in the wild. They used to do exactly that. Did you know? It was once called poison apple. Let we know about why it is called as poison apple. Origin of tomato. How it traveled to all over the world from its origin. How much tomatoes are produced in the world. And finally, is tomato really a vegetable? Why is it called a poison apple? This story happened in Europe. They feared to eat tomatoes in the late 1700s. They put the nickname poison apple for the tomato. The reason, eating tomatoes makes wealthy people sick and die. But the cause of dying was the high lead level of their pewter plates. The acidic tomato absorbed lead from the plate, resulting in lead poisoning when consumed. People blamed the fruit, not the pewter plates. Another aspect in the lengthy history of tomatophobia can be traced back to Italian herbalist Pietro Andrea Mathioli. His title of the tomato as a member of the poisonous nightshade family and a mandrake had long-lasting consequences. This combination, a lethal aphrodisiac, led Europeans to assume the fruit was poisoned and a temptation. Researches proved that toxicity exists in the tomato plant's leaves and stems, but not in the fruit. After some time it was believed to be an eaten thing. Let we see about origin of tomato. Tomatoes originated in Mexico, South America, and were used as food by the Aztecs as early as 700 AD, who termed the fruit tomatal in their Nahuatl language. How did tomatoes end up in the United Kingdom? The seeds are considered to have been introduced to southern Europe by Spanish conquistadors who traveled to Mexico in the early 16th century. Some experts believe Hernán Cortés, the famed conquistador, introduced tomato seeds to Europe in 1519, but not for food. People in cooler climates did not consume tomatoes until the late 1800s. They mainly used the plants for decoration and called it golden apple, love apple, and some names like this. In the 1710 book Botanologia, the tomato first appears in the British North American colonies. However, it wasn't until the 1820s and 1830s that Americans started eating tomatoes. Now it is massively produced over countries. Now, we see about how it was traveled from its origin to different countries. The travel starts at 15th century. In Europe. After capturing the Aztec capital of Tenochtitlan, now Mexico capital, in 1521, Spanish explorer Hernán Cortés may have been the first to introduce a little yellow tomato to Europe. In Asia and different parts. Following the Spanish invasion of the Americas, the tomato was transported across their Caribbean territories. They also transported it to the Philippines, from where it spread throughout Southeast Asia and, eventually, the entire Asian continent. The tomato was also introduced to Europe by the Spaniards. It survived easily in Mediterranean climates and was first cultivated in the 1540s. It was probably eaten soon after it was introduced, and it was likely being used as food in Spain by the early 17th century. And it also spread over countries like Italy, China, UK, Middle East, North America. And now, it is calculated that there are more than 10,000 varieties around the world. Moreover, around 30 varieties are famous around us. Do you know how much tomatoes are produced in the world? According to the Science Agriculture, 189,000 metric tons of tomatoes were produced globally, with a harvested area of 5 million hectares. It is equal to 189,000 elephants for our understanding. Actually, do you believe it? India is importing tomatoes from other countries? The answer is yes. The majority of India's tomato imports come from the United States, China, and Italy if needed. And also India exports most of its tomatoes to the Maldives, the United Arab Emirates, and is the world's third largest exporter of tomatoes. With 67 metric tons, China is the world's largest tomato grower. Even it has Guinness World Records too. The Guinness World Record for most tomatoes harvested from a single plant over 1 year was 32,194 tomatoes harvested between May 2005 and April 2006, and the plant weighed 522.464 kilograms. In fact, tomatoes have visited space also. Yes, tomatoes have traveled to the far reaches of space. As part of the Tomatosphere studies, 600,000 tomato seeds were sent to the International Space Station before being cultivated in classrooms across Canada. These tests were carried out in order to better understand the impact of space on seed growth and development. Is tomato really a vegetable? Botanically, tomatoes belong to the category as fruits since they grow from flowers and contain seeds. Still, they are most commonly used in cooking as a vegetable. Actually, the United States Supreme Court determined in 1893 that the tomato should be categorized as a vegetable due to its culinary applications. Culinary traditions frequently blur the limits of scientific definitions of what comprises a fruit or a vegetable. Many plants thought to be vegetables are actually fruits. Tomatoes, for whatever reason, are both. They're fruits if you're talking to a farmer or gardener. When speaking with a chef, they are a vegetable. Tomatoes aren't always bright red. Tomatoes are not always red, believe it or not. They can instead come in a range of colors such as yellow, pink, purple, black, and even white. Due to quality requirements, we only see red tomatoes in supermarkets, but if you go to your local farm shop or greengrocer, you may find a variety of colors. Tomatoes are high in lycopene. Tomatoes are the most abundant natural source of lycopene. Lycopene is a potent antioxidant that is essential for the health of men's prostate glands. It is also responsible for the color of red and pink fruits. Lycopene is found in tomatoes, watermelons, and papayas. Some studies also suggest that lycopene can lessen and protect against some types of cancer. Tomatoes are well known for their heart health benefits. Tomatoes have anti-inflammatory effects and are linked to overall heart and brain health. Tomatoes are also high in potassium, which has been related to decreasing high blood pressure. As a result, this works against preventing cardiovascular problems. Good for eyes. Tomatoes include lutein and zeaxanthin, which may help protect your eyes from the blue light emitted by digital gadgets such as smartphones and computers. They may also help keep your eyes from becoming weary and alleviate headaches caused by eye strain. According to some research, they may even make you less likely to develop a more severe form of the major cause of blindness.